A happy face.
Hello, happy face.
Hello.
Hey, everybody. I'm really well, thank you. So, hey, everybody, it's Peter here from Strong Healthy Women and Sally Ann. G'day, Sal. How you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. And we are here with Sunday Reflection. So, Sunday Reflection is where we take everything we've talked about for the whole entire week this week and break it down into bite-sized chunks so that you can live your healthiest and your fittest life. So I'm super excited because last week or this week, a whole entire week, we have been talking healthy habits like left, right, and center.
It's been full on last week.
It has been full on. And so, what's been your biggest takeaway from talking about healthy habits?
I think my biggest one is making the decision and changing it, and uh, you know, putting one healthy habit and putting it with a habit that you already do. I love that.
Yeah, so
The
the
connect.
connection and the stacking. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
love
So
that.
let's wind it back a little bit for those who have not listened in all week and they just listen into Sunday Reflection, so they get the bite-sized chunks. So welcome everybody. So we are giving away a download. I don't know whether you can see that. I'll get it a bit closer there. The
Can you point
Ultimate
to it?
Habit Checklist. Yeah, you can. The
Okay.
Ultimate Habit Checklist and Mini Guide. So you can go ahead and you can click in the comments there and you can download this guide so that you've got it and you can follow it along. So what happened was we started off by talking about that 45% of our day is around the habits and the routines that we've actually created. So what can happen is those not so healthy habits can start to creep in on us, and they're easier to make, and
Yes.
that can be a little bit hard when we're trying to live our healthiest and our fittest life. And so it's really important to know that 45%, almost half of our day, is pretty much on autopilot. Now, that's a good thing if we are on track, but when we're off track, not such a good thing, and we need to bring ourselves back in line with what it is that we want to achieve by living this healthiest, fittest life. And that's where step one came in, and that was the ultimate goal.
Yes.
So, what is your ultimate goal?
Big thing.
Yeah, so the big thing. And what we got to talking about was that for most of us, it is we want to be our healthiest, our happiest, our fittest. But now is the time to break that down and to go, well, hang on a minute. What does that actually truly mean to me? So for each one of us, it could be something entirely different. And Sal and I had a long discussion about it. For me, being healthy means no medication. So I don't want medication. I don't want to have any of those preventable health diseases that plague the women in my family. So I've been pushing them back. So, they've all had them really early in life. So far, haven't got them. And that is because I'm making this conscious effort to live my healthiest and fittest life. And for you, Sal, it was to be mobile. Was that right?
Mobile.
To
Yes,
keep
yes,
moving?
mobile. Yep, yep, absolutely. That getting up off the
Yeah.
lounge and you've got to wait a minute till your knees can move, or getting in and out of your car and
Mm,
you've got to, hold on to your door to get in or hold on to your door to get out. Those sort of things. I want to keep that mobility
yeah.
up. I'm not having to rely on something around me to hold on to.
I remember some time ago, I did a bit of a poll in the Strong Healthy Women community, and I actually asked that question, what is the one thing? And what I discovered was mobility was number one for everybody. They want to stay mobile. And that old saying that is move it or lose it, it's true. So if
So
you don't
true.
keep moving, yeah, so true. If you don't keep moving, you will lose it. So really important, ladies, to make the effort to move each and every day. So when we talked about ultimate goals, we talked about breaking it down into SMART goals. So, and that was specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time
Time.
bound. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so something as simple as I want to be mobile, so I want to keep moving. So how do you go and put that into SMART goals? Do you want to break that down? How you
So,
would think about that stuff?
so for me, the SMART, it would be, my goal is to move. So the M part of it is move. So what am I going to do to be mobile? So I'm going to break that down.
Hmm.
I'm going to do strength training and I'm going to do cardio. I'm going to do it this many times a week. Attainable. Am I going to be able to do that? Like, am I going to be able to, fit in, because people have this conception that to do strength training, you have to spend 2 hours in the gym, and that's not
Oh,
possible.
yeah.
Not in our
Yeah.
busy lives. So attainable is, okay, well, I'm going to do 30 minutes 3 times a week, and on those days off, I'm going to keep moving as well.
Mm.
And then was what was mind blanket
Relevant,
Sunday.
relevant.
Relevant,
So
yes.
relevant. I think you pretty much covered relevant there, because it's like, well, you know, I don't have 2 hours,
Yeah,
so I've only got 30 minutes. Yeah. So,
yeah, it's
and
got to
that's
be
relevant
relevant
to
to us.
where you are in your life. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And then time, timely, or um, I'm not just going to put this out there or make these big plans and have it all written down if I'm not going to give myself a little goal at the end. So in 30 days' time, I want to have increased my strength by 25%. Um,
Mm.
so you want to give yourself that end date, but it doesn't have to be the end date.
No, no, no. It should never be the end date, because
No.
I always say we're always practicing. We're always trying to get that little bit better than what we were, because life, let's face it, does get in the road, and we will go off track. And so it is a matter of going, well, I'm just going to keep trying to get better each day. And I know that 25% that you mentioned is totally doable, because we see that all the time with the insiders. So every
Yes.
single month we're reassessing where they are as far as their strength, their endurance, their cardiorespiratory, their heart rate capacity, all of those things. So, and
Yes.
yeah, they did absolutely marvelous. So big shout out to those girls in the
They're wonderful.
insiders who are just absolutely knocking it out of the park. So
And I
yeah,
just
so
want to
ladies,
add
you could see.
too, sorry, I just
Mm,
wanted to add, Petey, even though you do have that end date, remember we are trying
mm,
to create a new habit.
yes.
So, a new healthy habit. So, even though I am going to say, okay, well, in 30 days' time, this is where I want to be, I am also creating a new habit. So, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing about habits, is that depending on what the habit is, the makeup of the person who's trying to create the habit, it can take anywhere between 10 days and 128 days. So it will be dependent, and so consistency is going to win, as well as making that habit part of your daily life. So that's where consistency is going to be really, really important. So you can see there, so Sal's gone, okay, I'm going to strength train 3 times a week, and I'm going to do some cardio on those alternate days. She's going to measure it by saying that she wants to be stronger and more capable by 25%. So she's had to measure where she is now and where she's going to be at the end of that. So that's where that time bound, that 30 days comes in. Is it attainable? Totally, because she knows her life and what's available there, what time frame she's got. So it's definitely attainable. It means that she has to put a little bit of effort into it as well. And so when we talk about being attainable, we want it to be something that you can reach, but not totally too difficult either. And then relevant, well, it is totally relevant to where she is in her life right now. Then we moved on to step 2, which was, why is this important to you? And so what does it mean to life? And I think that's where what's important there is how it's going to look and feel for you in your daily life, and how it's going to make you feel. So really get the emotion attached to it.
I know, you know, as I said, getting in and out of your car and being mobile and those sort of things, you know, you're driving sometimes and you could be in a shopping centre car park or supermarket car park,
Yeah.
and you can see people reversing out, but they don't have that mobility or flexibility to turn and look. You
No.
know, and that
Yes.
can be very scary. So it's those sort of things that you have to think about. You know, this is where you're getting deeper into your why. You know, it's not just, oh well, I want to, you know, walk up the stairs. You know, although that's one thing, but it's got to be, you've got to get that shovel out and dig, 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 dig. You know, that's one of those things. I want to be able to twist and look behind me. You know, I want to be able to take the stairs 2 at a time. You know what? And the thing too is you can't look at it and go, well, you know, I'm 50 years old, I can't do that. Why? Why can't I do that?
Mm, mm. I had a smile on my face as you were talking about that, because I put this long list of reasons why Fit Flex, you know, who actually is the person who should be doing Fit Flex. And it was funny because a couple of my friends who are, you know, just into their 50s have had a big laugh at the one about the grunting. So, oh my goodness, I'm making that grunting noise when, and I'm starting to sound like my mother when I drop something on the ground. And they went, "Oh, I was actually just talking about that noise this week." So, you know, and it could be something as simple as, I don't want to make that grunting noise that my mother makes when she drops something on the ground. So,
My kids
happened?
call it grandparent noise. Oh, mum, you're making granddad noises.
Yeah, that's right. And so what we talked about on day 2 was, then we put the challenge out. So we said, okay, starting today, so it was on Tuesday, what we wanted you to do is to write down 10 reasons why it was important to you, and then to do that for the next 5 days. So by now you should have 50 reasons written down about why this is important. And when you look at those 50 reasons, you can then look at the categories that they fit into and really start to break down and really hone in on why that's important to you. So I know the lovely Anne, she sat down and she did her 50 reasons. And, you know, she said, you know, by the time she got to the end of it, she was really, she was enjoying the process of doing it and really stretching her thought processes to come up with ideas. And one of the ideas was to actually receive a letter from Prince William. So she wants William, no, it was King William. So she wants William to be king by the time she hits 100. Now she's in her mid-70s right now, so she's got a few years before that's going to happen. So yeah, they can be a little bit of fun when you're actually writing those reasons down as well too. Day 3, we talked about choosing one habit. So what happens is we can write down a massive to-do list. Okay, so I want to eat healthy, and that means I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm going to prepare my lunches every day. I'm going to bake on the weekend so I have healthy snacks. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to go to the gym, you know, every day. So you can see how this list is starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So it is, pick the one thing, just the one thing. That's it. And focus on that one thing. And when you focus on that one thing, you're going to be consistent. Then once it becomes part of that routine for you, then you add the next thing. And what happens is it ends up with this snowball effect. And before you know it, the other habits are just backing into that one habit that you started to change.
And Anne, one of our insiders, you know, one of
Inside it,
our
yeah.
wellbeing warriors, you know, she came to us for fitness, you know, and she has dropped, I think, 4 or 5 dress sizes because it was that
Yeah.
snowball effect. Her focus was on her fitness, so she came to us for a strength training. And then, oh,
Yes.
okay, will you do healthy eating plans? Can I have a look at the healthy eating plan? And it does have that snowball effect.
Yeah, and I absolutely love that photo of her standing there in her work pants because she bought them in. You know, she can virtually fit into one pants leg.
Yes, yeah,
So,
and the smile
that's
is just amazing.
yeah.
Yeah,
It is. It's beaming. And I remember, you know, the head was down and, you know, she was holding herself, you know, her very first fitness session as we were walking around warming up. And just to see the change in the confidence and how she feels about herself is absolutely amazing. And so, yeah, the one thing for her was I am going to strength train because I know that I've seen the results of a friend of mine from strength training. And what I also know from that is because she's an RN, she knows she's working with people who are suffering from mobility issues. And she went, oh my goodness, I can't get up and down off the ground. I'm struggling with all this stuff. And I'm, you know, only in my early 50s. So it is time for me to do that one thing. And she said she played out, it played out in her head as she was driving in there, you know, oh, I've got all these things to do. And then she realized in order to have that life that she wants to lead with her 4 daughters and a husband and her grandchild, she needed to actually put herself first because she was always putting herself last.
yes, yeah. And her daughters her
Mm.
daughters and husband are so proud of her.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Okay, so step 4 was to make it as easy as possible.
As we were
Do
just
you want to
talking
expand on that
about,
for us?
yeah, you want to make it easy. You know, if we make it too hard, it will be not too hard, too much to think about. Why will I even
Mm,
bother? And you're not going to be consistent and you're not going to be persistent with, you know what, I can reach this goal. So dumb it down, make it really, really simple. You know, as we just said,
mm,
focus on the one thing. So, you know, mine is staying mobile, which means it's strength training. Okay, well, then making it simple, I'm going to find a program that I can do in 30 minutes.
yeah.
Not having to go to the gym and having to figure out how to use all these machines and how do I do that and
Mm.
what would my reps be and what should I do here. You want to dumb it down and make it as simple as possible.
Yeah, I think that's with anything in lifestyle. It's about keeping it simple. When it becomes really, really complicated or it looks complicated, it's we just put our hands up and go, no, that's not for me. It really does need to be something that is easy to do. I know with recipes, when I look at recipes and, you know, you're doing this part in this pot and that part and that pot and that part in that pot, and, you know, then you do this in the oven and I'm looking at it going, why do I need so many pots? Why? And so the classic one pot wonder comes out in me. And yeah, and I go, well, I could just do that in there, and then I can add that, and then I can do this. So I will readjust that recipe because if it was a recipe that I really liked, I'm having trouble with my earbuds today, that I really, really liked the looks of, and it was something that I went, this is going to be simply delish, and I want to try it. then I will adjust it so that I can make it work. And I'm thinking about a recipe that I made this week, and it was chickpeas and cauliflower soup. And then I looked in the cupboard as I've, finished off the cauliflower and it's all ready to go. And then I went, oh, I haven't got chickpeas. And I went, okay, cannelloni beans. So, so the cannelloni beans went in there, and so then to thicken it up, it required coconut cream or coconut milk, and I went, oh, I don't have that. I've got kefir, so that went in, and it was really yummy. I had made it before, and I really liked the variations that I ended up adding to this recipe. So yeah, keeping it simple, like that was only had a couple of things in its recipe. So that made it really easy for me. And the wonderful thing about soups and slow cooked meals is you've got them there and you can freeze them and you don't have to think about it. So your healthy eating is covered as well too. So I love that.
And even in the supermarkets, I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, like even in the supermarkets, you've got all the pre-chopped veggies, so that even makes it even simpler, and Julie was trying one of the new recipes from the Insiders, from the recipe room, and she was just blown away because she was in Woolies and they actually had the soup packs with all the veggies that she needed, so she said it was just so simple and so wonderful.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, totally. And then step number 5 was slip ups, because life is going to happen and we will have slip ups. So be prepared for them. So think about the type of slip ups. So what are the type of things that are going to happen in your life that are going to take you away from that ultimate goal that you've got, that one habit that you're trying to create? And I think about after dinner snacking is a big thing for people, particularly the women in the Strong Healthy Women community. And so you've got your hand up on that one. And so what can happen is that you can be good all day long and you can exercise all you want, and then you're sitting there and you're watching TV and you're binging on whatever it happens to be. You're binging on TV and the food, and then everything that you've done during the course of the day has not been of any benefit, because you've just totally had this massive slip up. And so then what happens is we go into this absolute turmoil and we beat ourselves up, something chronic, for doing it. And so then we go, oh, it's too hard, I'm not going to do it. But that's when we need to take that deep breath. So I love Mel Robbins and her 5-second rule. And I know I've talked about this before, but if you're new, you won't have heard it. So of an evening, if after dinner snacking is something for you, of an evening, if you are sitting there and then you go to that fridge or that pantry to get something out, I want you to do what Mel says. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now think about it. So that gives you that 5 seconds to engage in that thought. Now, if you decide that you're going to do it, that's okay, because you've had control over that. So you're not going to then have that aftermath and beat yourself up about it. But if that 5 seconds may very well be the one thing that you needed in order to stop you from having those snacks. So I want you to think about what slip-ups can happen for you and what can you put in place. Something as simple like that 5-second rule that might help you stay on track, but be prepared for them and don't beat yourself up about them.
And think about the 5-second rule too, because the 5-second rule is counting backwards from 5. So you think about, when you were little and it was, you've got 3 seconds, 3, 2, 1. Whereas when you're counting, going from 1 up, it's almost like you're getting permission to do something. So You know, think about the races at school. 1, 2, 3, go. And it was that excitement to always count backwards.
Yeah, because that what happens is when you're going 1, 2, 3 upwards, you can keep going, as you said. It's very interesting, the psychology of it as well too. So, and of course, then we also talked about rewards, the celebrations, the whoop whoop. So, planning, actually, really, it is important to have a reward in place. Healthy rewards, though, not unhealthy rewards, so that you can celebrate those achievements. And it can be as simple as going, "Whoa, I did it," and I always think about every FitFlex session. I do something corny at the end of a session, and I go, "Come on in, give me a 5 in the virtual studio, or give me a fist pump, or do a whoop whoop." So something really crazy, because that is me celebrating the success of everybody who's just worked out with me. And that's how I play. But, you might not be that person who is vocal and throw your hands in the air, and that's okay. Find that thing that means that you are celebrating the way you want to celebrate as well too.
And just going back to those slip-ups, you were talking about, you've exercised all day, your eating's been on point, you've been perfect. That little snack after dinner, that chocolate or whatever you're having, that could be you celebrating how good you were that day. So there really is, it sort of defeats the purpose. So your celebration, find your celebration, as Peter said, to be something different rather than reaching for your favorite food, or a glass of wine, do that dance, sing a song.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to come back to now the one thing that you said was your biggest takeaway, which was the habit stacking and habit connections.
Yes.
And it's something that we talk about quite a lot in our lives and in our community as well too. So what is habit stacking? So it means that it's something that you already have, that's something that you already do. And what you're doing is you're then adding, connecting, stacking, whatever word you want to use, and you're putting it with that habit that is already part of your life. So you want that habit.
Sorry.
No, you're right. So you want that habit to be something that you do every day. So you don't, that you're attaching it to. So you don't want that habit to be something that you only do during the week and you don't do on the weekend. So let's think about cleaning our teeth, shall we? It's something I do every morning and every evening. Okay, think about the bathroom. We all go there every day, multiple times a day. And that's where the bathroom workout can come in. And so if you want to grab that download from us, please, just put in the comments that you would like the bathroom workout, and we will, send you the link for that so that you can download it. But here's a brief on what it does. Do you want to explain it, Sal?
So the bathroom workout is about, we're just adding a little bit extra movement into our day, but we're doing those habit connections. So with you brushing your teeth, you are going to do, every time you brush your teeth in the morning or in the afternoon, at night, push-ups. We've got push-ups there, elevated push-ups.
Yeah, elevated push-ups. So each time you go to the bathroom, we go to the bathroom, we do our 10 squats. Now, if 10 squats is not quite right for you, then scale it back to 6. Yep.
And then
the next part of us.
Washing your hands. So every time you go, when you've been to the bathroom, you're washing your hands, you're on your bench, and you're doing some push-ups on your bench. So you're getting a little bit of upper body workout done, a little bit of lower body. Now, if you're drinking your water, you'll probably be going to the bathroom about 10 times a day. So you'll be doing
Yeah.
100 squats, 100 push-ups in your day.
Yeah. So we've just stacked, added, connected the habit of exercise into going to the bathroom. So, and we have, with the download, we've got little videos with it and everything like that. So we explain how to do it. So if you're someone who doesn't have that upper body strength, or you're someone who has some shoulder issues, we've given you some alternates for that as well too. So as I said, if it's something that you'd like, just put a comment and say, send me the bathroom workout, please, and we shall put that link up there for you.
And
So that has been...
It's not taking chunks out of your day, 10 squats is going to take
No.
you 30 seconds, 10 push-ups, 30 seconds. So it's not chunks out of your day, and you're still getting that extra.
No. It is. It's just bite size. Yeah. So ladies, what we have just done is taking you through the ultimate habit checklist and mini guide. And so you can download that here today so that you've got it. There is a little section where you get to write down all of the answers to those 6 steps that we've taken you through. And we would love for you to share what is your biggest takeaway today. So what is the thing that you are going to do in order to keep those healthy habits and that fittest life that you're after moving forward? We would love to hear from you. So please, please, please let us know. So any final thoughts for yourself?
If you haven't viewed the videos from during the week when we've been talking about this, just head on. This is in our Strong Healthy Women page. So just click on videos on the left. Click on videos, and all our videos are in there, so you can go back and have a look and write everything down.
Yeah, totally. And so next week on Wellbeing TV, we've got, what? Is that really healthy? So, so yeah, we're going to be talking about what's healthy and what we perceive to be healthy and may not actually be healthy.
Yeah.
And we're going to break that down a little bit for you as well too. So that's what's coming up next week. We will also have another download for you. So you'll need to tune in tomorrow to find out what that is. We will be up and running. I think we changed our time. I think we've moved to 1 p.m. next week.
Yes, 1 o'clock. Lunchtime.
Yep.
You can
1 o'clock. Yeah, so the lunchtime series. Tune in for the lunchtime series.
Yes. Get your lunch together and sit with us.
Yeah, come and sit with us. That's right. So each day our lives are very small snippets, and then what we do is a bigger wrap up for you on a Sunday in Sunday Reflection. So you might be the person who goes, I just want to do the one day, so I'll just call in with you and take a listen on the Sunday as well too. All right. Thanks for joining me today, Sal.
Thanks for having me as always. Bye, ladies.
You're very welcome.
Sunday. It's beautiful outside.
It is a lovely, lovely day here in Queensland where we are. So we'd love to hear from you and find out where you are in the world as well too. So over and out from us, and we will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See you, Sal.
Everyone. Bye, Peter. Bye.
See ya. Bye.